Your Excellency, Charles Sovereign, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mr. Sovereign. Your Lordship, Justice Cyril Thomas, and your Ladyship, Justice Bernie Stevenson, resident judges. Comrade, Prime Minister, Comrade Roosevelt Skerritt and Mrs. Skerritt. The Honourable Asset Michael, Minister of Tourism, Economic Development, Investment and Energy of Antigua. Honourable Ministers, Parliamentary Secretaries, Monsieur Eustace Thomas, Pastor Peter R. Augustine, Excellencies of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Bonsoir, Mamai Dominique. I bring you greetings from the St. Lucia Labour Party of St. Lucia and from the government and people of St. Lucia. Comrade Prime Minister, this is a magnificent victory. The performance of the Dominica Labour Party is awesome and phenomenal. How often do you hear in the annals of the political history of the Caribbean that a political party scores 4 successive victories? There is only one other political party, another Labour Party in the region that has done so, and that is the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party under the leadership of Denzil Douglas. Prime Minister, you now join a pantheon of distinguished political leaders in our region. You now join a pantheon of great labor leaders in our region. The Honourable Asset Michael told you a lot about the qualities of your Prime Minister. I agree with everything he has said, but I want to tell you something that I have never spoken about publicly before. And today gives me that opportunity. When Roosevelt Skerritt first became Prime Minister of Dominica, and I met him for the first time, and every question I asked him, he answered me, yes, sir, no, sir. He was my equal. And I asked myself, is this man for real? I tell you this because I want to share with you that one of the things that impresses me about him is his compassion and his humility. This man understands love. And you know that I thought when he answered me, yes, sir, no, sir, it's because he was so new to the office of Prime Minister that this thing would not last. Do you know that for the rest of the time I served as Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Whenever he met me, yes sir, no sir. I have always admired and treasured that about him. I had to admonish him on one occasion and say, comrade, you are now Prime Minister, forget all this yes sir, no sir business. But if you thought he was just pretending, then you had it wrong. Do you know, when I sit at conferences with Roosevelt Skerritt, I don't know whether he looks across at me and he probably decides that age is coming on and the hairs are getting gray. But Skerritt would get up from his seat, come to my seat and say, Prime Minister, would you like a coffee or some sandwiches? And do you know that Skerritt would go and get me coffee and sandwiches? Sometimes I would feel deeply embarrassed, but I have come to understand his humility, his compassion, his love for people. And in this dispensation, we need those qualities. Now, with 4 victories under his belt, it is me now to say, yes sir, no sir. But I want to tell you that I appreciate him. I want to tell you he's been an extraordinary and wonderful friend. And I will also tell you that when I lost an election in 2006, Skerritt left Dominica, came to St. Lucia to share my pain and anguish. The pain and anguish of my loss. And he did not forsake me. In those years of opposition, he was a constant friend, always there, always inquiring, always concerned. Dominica, I thank you for sharing him with me. Everywhere throughout our region, politics is changing rapidly. There was a time when elections were won simply by the theater of the platform and, of course, the engagement with the electorate one-on-one, face-to-face. That has changed. Important as the theater of the platform may be, but these days, a lot of the politics is conducted on the social media. And herein lies a danger. You see this? This mobile phone that I have in my hand. I just want to share a few words with your new parliamentarians and to say to them that the BBM on this, the WhatsApp on this, the internet on this, the messenger on this, none of these are substitutes for people. People must remain at the forefront of our politics. That is what we know in our Labour parties. And there are some wonderful words from the book of Proverbs that I want to share with them. I believe in Proverbs chapter 15, verse 33. And in that verse, it says, before honor is humility. If you want honor, search for humility. Your Prime Minister has always understood that. And that is a message that I want to leave tonight to your politicians, to your ministers, to your parliamentarians, to understand in this new dispensation, this extraordinary statement of trust and confidence that the people of Dominica have placed in them, always remember, immortalize those words: before honor is humility. And my message is simple. Put the people first. Cry with them. Share their pain with them. Pray with them. Celebrate with them. But never ignore them. And never ever think that this piece of technology is the substitute for the people. I want to congratulate you for conducting yourselves with such dignity, for giving the Caribbean another elections that was fair, another elections that satisfied everything in the rules that democracy requires, another elections that has elevated the reputation of our region. You have done us proud. And now I wish you well. And I want you to know that your Prime Minister matters to us so much, to our region so much. From time to time, I turn to him for advice and for comfort as I deal with my own issues. You are blessed with a special leader. You are blessed with a special man. You made the right choice. Merry Christmas to all of you and God's blessings.